The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's kind of how I feel about that's why I've been staying home. You know, I just
for the whole world, we need to lock in. This is gonna be the honeypot that gets us to enter the virtual reality. This is gonna be the honeypot. Like, do you want to deal with viruses? There's no viruses in this world. Mm-hmm. Your soul, carry on.
So
you
what
won't
about
even know?
What about what Edward Snowden? I believe I haven't researched this, but I heard he was saying that this is sort of an attempt to get us to get implanted with, biological testing, have our phones set up more to follow us. Is this, is there any sort of
anytime something? This is a reality of human nature.
Incredible interview, by the way, with Snowden. I love that.
Thank you. He's a brilliant guy. Mm-hmm. Anytime there's an opening for people to take advantage of that opening, anytime there's a moment that happens where there's some scrambling, and maybe they can gather up more power, maybe they can gather up more surveillance tools, maybe they can make it easier to do things that they'd like to do that have nothing to do, like the Patriot Act. Like there's a lot of stuff with the Patriot Act that had nothing to do with terrorism. They just decided, let's add some stuff in, let's control these motherfuckers. They always want to control people. It's hard to control people. And as the population gets bigger and as time moves on, they slowly give in to this idea of controlling people more and more. So they're going to definitely use this as a way to ensure that, they have some sort of extended reach, whether it's some sort of a reach to make sure that you're vaccinated or some sort of a reach to make sure that your antibodies are clear, some sort of a reach to make sure that you're not drinking, are you? Because if you drink, you get your immune system shattered. If your immune system fucks up, what if you get sick and you pass it on to your friends? If you're drinking, you're being a bad citizen. Like, who the fuck knows what could happen once someone's tracking whether or not you're healthy? What are you doing, man? I see you've only slept 7 hours last night. Like, what's that all about, Tom?
Right.
7 hours is not a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
Do you not love your neighbors? Do you want to get sick?
Now, do you sense, or is there any evidence that is happening now? That there is with our phones specifically to do, the phones tracking? Is there, are they?
Well, the concept of it is definitely available, right? The concept of it, of contact tracking, is being talked about openly. And then if a company ensures, if they figured out, like, say if there was a place you go, right? This would be kind of interesting. So say if there's a place you go, Tom Green, you go and they give you a vaccination once a vaccination becomes available. And you know that you now don't have to worry about getting this thing. So we can track all the people that have been vaccinated as long as you sign up for the app, and all the people not being vaccinated, you see them. You see them on the app. Oh, my God. Well, before we step in this mall, let's see what kind of shitty fucking citizens there are that haven't been vaccinated.
Or maybe you're not allowed in the mall. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll be able to find them on a map, and it'll get real weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's another step, a really quick step in dragging us into the machine and to take away, the nuances of just human life that we're accustomed to. And it become more and more digitized and organized, and people need freedom, man. And if you don't have the freedom to just be somewhere without the government knowing that you're there, like if you haven't committed any crime, you're not a criminal. And if they can just monitor you and you've never committed any crime, that is a weird place. It's weird. Things are getting weird. You're supposed to be following criminals only. Mm-hmm. And I know it makes it easier for you to follow criminals if you could follow everybody, but you are changing what everybody is. Mm-hmm. You're changing what people are if you follow them all the time everywhere they go. If you listen to everything that they ever say through the microphone on their fucking phone, you're changing what they are. And you're making them scared. And everybody knows it, and no one wants to admit it. You're making people scared, and people do things because they don't want censorship. They don't want to be censored. They don't want to be yelled at. They self-censor. They don't want to be not in compliance. It changes their behavior. And we all know that. We all know that. It's dangerous to creativity. It's dangerous to authenticity. It's dangerous to so many things. It's not a good way to be as a person. Like looking over your shoulder, people are watching you all the time. It's too aware. It's just too weird. It's too weird to force the whole, and then who's got control of that? The government? Like what? Some people that got elected to a position are the only ones that get to look in on everybody? Well, and then what if that opens up? Well, so no, everybody can look in on everybody. Fuck it. The Information Act, we just got to give in to the inevitable. Tom, I'm going to watch you shit. I'm going to watch you shit from your toaster. Because your toaster, your electric toothbrush that knows whether or not you have cavities is listening in while you shit.
Not a pretty sight.
Yeah, man, it's not going to be pretty. But it's almost like we're taking a step closer and closer towards the digital world with this. And that's, I'm not a conspiracy theorist in the sense that I don't think that robots are out to get us. I don't think that the electronic world is looking to consume us. But I am concerned with some steps that we could take that make our life more digital, that take away too much of what it means to be a person. Some of what it means to be a person is like fun. There's fun in the weirdness of the world. There's fun in the danger of the world. You take away all that shit with apps,
right?
And alerts, and and like I can't go down that street. There's a guy down that street that was arrested at one point in time. Shit. Like what are we gonna do? Are we're gonna lose out all the mystery of life for safety, and then we become what? What do we become? These unromantic, boring bullshit digital things that are locked into pleasure sources, things that pump them pleasure because they've taken the place. I mean, really. If they could do that, if they could get to a point where you wear an implant, it keeps your dopamine levels up at a very high note. You get augmented reality glasses where everybody's hot.
That'd be pretty cool.
It might be. It might be better than not. Right?
Yeah,
That's the problem. Might be better if they lie to you. Like The Matrix. Remember when that one dude was giving into The Matrix and he's like, look, I just want to be an important person. I want to be like an actor or something. Remember he was writing.
He wanted to taste steak again.
Yeah, he was eating steak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe he's right.